Okay, hello and welcome to C Sharp. In this video series, I'm just going to walk you through a very basic application and how we construct that application. And really, there's not going to be a lot of code in this first application, but the software that we use is very sophisticated in this class. So much of what I talk about is just the little ins and outs of the software developer tool, the Visual Studio. So yeah, I'm going to have to cut this up into many short videos. I'll try to keep them all short. But here I have a zip file of a simple first application that I have downloaded from our class website. And I wanted to show you the first little kind of in and out in this class is when you download a zip file from me, what I want you to do before you extract that and open up the contents, I want you to always get in the habit of doing this. You're going to right click on it and go to Properties. And from here you're going to check this box, Unblock. This is turning off a type of security measure on that zip file. And I mean, if you don't do that, it'll let you extract it and open up the project in the Visual Studio, but then you might get a very strange error that a beginning student is not going to know what that error means. And how could you know that it's related to this security issue? So always get in the habit of doing that. Even if we're in the classroom or on campus, get in the habit of unblocking first. So now that I've unblocked my file, I'm going to extract it. I can just right click and extract all, or I can double click and we'll do the extract all option here. Okay. Okay, so very carefully here. Now this is the old zip file contents. I'll typically close that up just to get it out of the way, just so I'm not tempted to open up one of those files. And I'll even throw the zipper file in the trash just to get it out of my way, and so there's no confusion. This is the folder, okay, with our application in it, our C# application. So now I'm going to drill down into this application or into this folder, and this is I'll show you what's in here in the yellow folder, but this is a very important file. The SLN file, that's the solution file, and this is how you will open a C# application. So I am going to double click on that to open it. Before I do, I will go in here and show you all the stuff, all the files that are generated. This is a very sophisticated unit, this C# application, and you want to make sure you keep it all together. And I'm going to be talking about that later when I show you how to submit a homework assignment, but just be careful. Don't go in here and start, throwing things around or moving them to the desktop or anything. Just always keep it the way it is. Okay, another thing I want to mention is if you have a setup in your computer where, especially Windows 10, if you do not see file extensions, like this is the file extension, the SLN, that's the file extension. This over here, this is a picture on my desktop, and it's a JPEG file. It has a JPG extension. I can see the extensions of my files. If you don't see your file extensions, you absolutely must have to do this. You open up like a yellow folder window, a File Explorer window in Windows, and go to View across the top. And then you want to make sure that this box is checked. File Name Extensions. Anybody in a serious computing class like we are has got to see file extensions, okay? And the reason I'm saying this is the default in Windows 10 is to not show those extensions. So from this point on, you are always going to want to see file extensions. Okay, so real quickly, I'm just going to go into here just to show you all of the files. Okay, these are some very important files, and I'll talk about those in a later video. We have more folders, there's more stuff in there. So my point is, even a very simple little C# application has all these moving parts, and you have to be very careful with it, because if I were to take any one of these and move it out of the package, now he's over there on the desktop. this whole thing is going to blow up. It's not going to work. So you have to be extra careful just to leave it all together as one unit. Okay, so I'm going to go back to that SLN. As I said, this is how you open up a C# application. So I'm going to double click on this and open it. I'll probably pause the video because it does take a few seconds for everything to open up and fall into place. And then I'll run the program and just kind of show you what we're aiming for with our simple little first program. Okay, so I'm double clicking. Here we go. Okay, so that did take a while to open, but hopefully your computer will be faster when you try this. But I'll explain all of these different areas of the Visual Studio in a later video. But right now I'm just going to run this program. This is our little demo program. I'm going to hit the Start button and show you what we're aiming for here. Okay, so this is my form, we call this, and I just have a simple form. We have a picture, obviously a Moraine Valley related picture. This is called a label. This is a button, obviously, and these are called controls. So we would say I have 3 controls on my form: the picture, the label, and the button. And there's also a lot of terminology that I'll be throwing at you in this first unit. So we have the form with its controls, and when I click the button, we see a change. The form's back color was changed to kind of a lighter color, and then the picture also changed. The picture changes at runtime, meaning while the program is running. That's different from design time, when we're not running the program, but we're designing the interface and we're writing our code. So I'll talk more about design time versus runtime. So, oh, and then also the label change too. This is called an event-driven program. So when you click that button, an event occurs. The user engaging with that button, it causes an event. And that event is initially handled by the operating system through the mouse button or the mouse driver. And then our program handles that event by doing something, whatever we code it to do. In this case, I coded it to change the picture and the color and the forms or the labels text, the text that we're seeing in the label. So that's basically our simple application. So in the next video, I'm just going to start from ground zero, and we will design the form and, you know, just kind of see this through to the end product.